Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody is having a great Wednesday. What a day. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's going to be a day before it's all done today. Yeah. Today we are working on, I call it the purple landscape. I got it from Everydayecrafts when I got all those other ones. But every time I walk back and forth, to get coffee or whatever, I keep seeing this. So we're just going to get it out and stitch on it. It's an 11 count. And I believe it's 60 by 85 centimeters. Oh, I don't know if it's that big. But let's look and see if it's at least the 60. Well, the whole canvas itself is it looks like close to 50. So it's 50 by 75. This isn't the great big one. So, and it's 258 by 173 squares, So the whole little part, the wow, cannot talk today. The picture size is about 15 and a half on this end. I'm not gonna, no, we're not going there today. So you'll just have to take my word for it. So it's pretty close. Oh goodness, I can't get my chair adjusted. Yeah, we are having a good day. Holy cow. But that is such a beautiful picture. And we're working over here in these trees. I didn't want to start with this because this is 310, all this. And then you have a dark purple. But yeah, it was 6 1/2 dozen of another. So yeah, I think I need to do the 310 first and then do this yellow so I can at least see what's going on. Let me put that back. And I was going to tell you it has 32 colors, maybe? The colors are gorgeous. Look at those colors. And there's the other side. Has lots of teals and blues and a little bit of brown. Some purples, greens mixed in. It's 32 colors. And it came with 2 extra skeins of the 310 and not 2 of those, just 1 of those. Well, I'm telling you, everything I touch is just falling apart. And then this dark blue, which I'm assuming is that number 12 for the sky. Yeah, it's gorgeous. But see, there's only a little skein of the black. It doesn't say, just says number 18, which is that. But the sky doesn't go very far, and then you run, sorry, the sky doesn't go very far. It's just kind of interspersed in here, and then you have all those pink flowers. I can hardly wait. Pink and purple flowers. Let's get that out of our freeway. Oh my goodness. Yesterday was, yeah, a day. So I called my daughter after I did my video and got it all uploaded and everything went slick on that. Yeah. And I went over there, about 11-ish, and I gave my grandson his birthday present. Oh, I traded out the needle. It was kind of thick. So, yeah, no big deal. And then we went to lunch, just my granddaughter, my grandson, and my daughter. Because, like I said, my son-in-law, he was at work yesterday. He had to work because I guess evidently there was nobody else to work for him, see. And we had lunch, which was nice. And since we were in there all the time, the girls know him, and we've been going there ever since kids were little. So they got him he loves muffins. They had a chocolate chip muffin and sang a happy birthday to him. So that was really nice. And of course I took pictures and stuff, and yeah. And after that, I ran to the post office and the grocery store because I had to pick up a couple things and came home. I was done. Done, done, done. What can I say? Because I didn't want to get caught in the evening hoopty and all that, so I told my daughter, we'll just go out to lunch, and that'll be our thing, and then, you know, because he likes different kind of brats than everybody else, but it's his birthday, so he got to pick, which is fair. So I just wanted to skip the whole other part of it, so I did. Just done. And I hadn't slept well the night before, so I just wanted to get through the day. So what happened? I didn't sleep well last night either. So I'm trying, let me move this over just a bit, because, whoa, sorry, my bad. And lighten it up a bit. There's a light shining right on it. You'd think it'd be bright enough, but. So, yeah. I had a couple more people contact me, so I was emailing back and forth trying to get that all set up. And so I have no idea when any of this stuff will arrive. I did happen to, when I was looking at stuff from different companies, found another one of the red ones like my koi. And it's I think it's got flowers at the bottom. It's not, I don't know, I think it's 150 centimeters across. I know that's big enough, but it's like you're looking down sort of into a pond. There's a couple fish, and then there's all this floral stuff, and it's maybe takes up 3/4 of the canvas. So, and I don't believe you stitch the background, but that's the only other one that I've found like that. So that's what I'm getting from one of them, because it was like $20, so that was a lot cheaper than what I paid for mine. But I think mine's a little bit longer than 150. I'm not real clear. I just can't remember. I wrote it down somewhere. Let's put it that way. Somewhere. I have no idea. I'm using 3 strands on this, and it's stitching very nicely. The needle that evidently came with it was kind of, I don't know if I can get a hold of it, was kind of fat at the end and blunt. I know they're supposed to be blunt, but yeah, beside the point. It just, I couldn't stitch with it. So, as you know, every time I get a kit, I'll take the one out to start it with, and then I'll put the excess over here. So we had a lot to choose from. Yeah. I even have another little tomato with lots of needles on it as well. So I just picked another needle. It wasn't rusted. There was nothing really wrong with it, but it just wouldn't stitch right for me. So I'm used to using a finer needle when I stitch, but I usually stitch with what I get when I get these kits, because that's what come with it. Just use it. But this time I was being a little bit more finicky, so I don't know. It's a day. Yeah, I couldn't go to sleep. It just seemed like I was up every hour. Like awake every hour, and then I'd fall back asleep. Then I was awake. Then I'd fall back to sleep. Did this until like 7 o'clock. I was like, I cannot get up yet. So, because, if I lay down for a nap today, it's going to be all over. I will just pass out after a night like that. So I'm trying to avoid that. So I didn't get up until about 8:15. Yeah, it was special. So I don't know if I ate something too late or drank too much coffee. I have no idea why these things happen. Because yesterday, about 6 o'clock, I stopped drinking coffee and was drinking nothing but water. I know, odd but true. I usually don't drink water. I'm on this water kick. I don't know what it is. So I drank coffee for the longest time, and until almost till I decided I was going to lay down the first time. And I have no idea. What the heck? Who knows? It's a pretty color blue. It is. Oh, and it has a nice big key on the bottom. Whoops. Right here, can you see? That's just part of it. It's 3750 is what that is. But it runs the full length of the piece. So, that's nice. Yesterday, about that same time period, I stitched probably for 2, maybe 3 hours on my koi. I'll just call it the koi because it didn't really have a name. And I made some progress on that. It's amazing how much thread I can go through. I don't have to stop and start and do another color. And it's still smoky out there. It's not as bad as it was like earlier last week, because that was just downright horrible. I mean, you couldn't even see the mountains, and they're not that far away. It's just like somebody pulled down a drape. It was so bad. So I didn't watch much on Netflix. Nothing new to watch that I thought of or wanted to watch. I don't know where that piece came from. We'll just cut it right out of there. It's not doing anything for anybody, except making it a little bit difficult to stitch. So yeah, not much went on yesterday other than going for the birthday thing. We got that all taken care of. Yep, speeding right along. So my daughter has to work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Fun times. And I got to work today from 2 to 10, and it's supposed to be delivery day. Now, last week, they didn't get there until 8 o'clock or so, and we close at 10. So my boss checked it all in and left it for the next day. So we will see. They've been having problems getting drivers, keeping drivers that want to work this schedule or that. Yeah. So, fun times. We'll see what time they show up today. Yes, last week they were 6 hours behind, but it turned out they were only about 4 hours behind. So, but still, that was enough to throw us all into a tizzy. And, we wait and wait for that to show up so we can slam it all out there. Well, that didn't happen. Feel sorry for the people on Thursdays, see? So this week, if they don't show up until late and we don't have to do it until tomorrow, well, I'll still be here. I have to work 2 to 10 tomorrow as well. So, fun times. We'll see. And the weather's been nice and great for a while. I mean, it hasn't rained probably now in almost a week, it seems like. Watched some floss tubes yesterday, and what else did I do? Nothing really. Just I tried to lay down for a nap. That didn't happen either. Just didn't happen. Because I was so tired after the big hoopty, and I just done. Needed to rest, but evidently couldn't sleep. I set my alarm for like 2 hours just in case. You know, I decide that I'm going to crash and totally burn. I don't need to do that for like 4 hours in a row because really won't go to sleep at night. So, I don't know. Just kind of a strange and odd day. It's just nice thread. When I first took this out, I thought it was a 14 count, but it wasn't. I had to, I don't know, after I've been looking at other things, you have to readjust your eyes. Does anybody else have that problem? It just kind of drives me over the edge. And I have to, but the only thing I really stitched on yesterday was the koi. I don't remember. I think that was basically it. And I had another pre-stamp, so. And I can sit there and do that koi. It's kind of like me and knitting. You know, if it's straight knitting, I can knit and watch TV at the same time, so that always helps. Gives me something to look at. When I watch TV, I watch my either Netflix or some. It seems like I watched some stupid movie yesterday, but maybe that was the day before. I don't know. Just hasn't been too much on Netflix at all that I'd care to watch. You know, it happens. I end up watching, like, what do you call it? Series things. I tried to restart watching Marco Polo. That wouldn't happen. And it's like, okay, no, not ready for that. That was a little deep. And what else did I want to watch? Yeah. So, it's about time to watch Grey's Anatomy from start to finish again. Gosh darn it, would you get up there? It's kind of... It's not stiff. It's really kind of a thin, but it's just start stiff. Does that make sense? I don't know what else to call it. I just haven't worked with it enough to... But it's stitching well. I missed that whole stitch. So, a better part of my day yesterday was spent going... I had like 3 offers to try their product, so I had to look through all of that, you know, 3 different times, 3 different companies. So that consumed most of my day, and getting back to them on what I wanted to order, and yeah, and they actually got back to me fairly quickly, so that was pretty cool. I was happy about that. But it seemed like it was an all-day process, you know, because I'm sure they're in China. So, you know, I'd type something in the morning, go through and look at everything, and then I'd get a reply later, and like later in the evening, say around 10ish or so, and I was like, oh my god. Yeah, so it just kind of went on and on, but we got all 3 of them taken care of. Okay, let's do this now. If I can just remember what I got where. I tried to write it down. And plus, I'm saving the emails as we go along, because they're stacking emails because I'm using the reply there, so I can easily look and see what came from whom. Does that make sense? God, I hope so. But, you know, ordering anything from China, it's going to be a hot moment. So, we'll see. Something to look forward to in probably September. So I'm excited. Didn't find any more brown canvassed things, if you will. There's like a caramel color. And these flies are driving me insane. Just insane. I'm on the warpath. Of course, I leave the door open a lot during the day, you know. Yesterday, it got quite warm by the time we came back from lunch, which was about, we'll call it 1 o'clock, or I came home. Because after lunch, we went and looked at he got that Nintendo Switch from his parents. So he wanted to show that to me and how that played and everything, you know. You know the drill. Yeah, it was show and tell time. And he was so excited about that. So, hey, we did that for about an hour or so, and then came home. So I guess I got home about 1:30ish or so. So that wasn't too bad. After I did all my other traipsing around. So, we'll see. I have no idea how busy it's going to be today. Of course, usually if we get an order in and it comes in at 2 o'clock, we are just busier than crap trying to mark all that stuff, get it all checked in, and put it on the shelves while there's people coming and going, coming and going. And last week it was pretty calm. I'm like, if we had all that stuff in front of us, we'd be getting killed. So, yeah. It just slams and slams. And Monday, it was busier than crap. So, I don't know when all the schools start. I know when my grandkids start. And then I think my other grandkids that live in Leadville, I think they start the end of this week. So, there's only 2 of them that's got to go to school. Fun times. And then it's 2 weeks from tomorrow. Yeah, 2 weeks from tomorrow, my grandkids here start school. So, yeah. And my daughter and I, we have a thing we do. We've been doing it ever since everybody started kindergarten. It's on that day, we go out to breakfast. We either do breakfast or lunch, depending on what time. But the day they start. So, it was a little rough back when my granddaughter started because she'd be out by 11, so we had to do breakfast on those days. But she'll be in 1st grade. She's so excited. Yay. Does anybody remember 1st grade? Come on, really? Do you? Just asking. I remember, what do you call it? I think it was 2nd grade. I'm pretty sure it was 2nd grade. Only because when I was in 2nd grade, I remember the day that Kennedy got shot. Because the principal, we were reading a story because it was like after lunch. And the principal came in to talk to the teacher. Next thing I know, the lights are up, story's over, we're going home. So, yeah, that's how that happens. But I do remember that being 2nd grade. I'm pretty sure it was 2nd grade. It's a long time ago, since 1963. Maybe it was 1st. Maybe that was 1st grade. Because I started kindergarten in like 62. And graduated kindergarten, if you will. So, yeah, it had to have been 1st grade. I'm sorry. Yeah. I remember the teacher and her name, but I was thinking it was 2nd grade. But it was 1st grade. But after I said 63, I realized that had to have been 1st grade. That was a long time ago, guys. Holy cow. We have lived some life since then. Yeah, I don't remember too much too far back. But that was a momentous day. And my sister was like 2 weeks old when that happened. Because she was born in 1963. She was born on the 8th, and that was the 22nd, I think. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. The things you remember from horrible things that happened in the world. We were in Illinois then. It was a mess. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm looking. My phone is what I used. Sorry, I mean to bump you and jar you into the next century. It's been doing weird things, saying I'm out of space and this and that. And I go in and delete things, and yeah. We go through that, about once a month. So, it'll keep recording. It just makes it into 2 separate videos, but I just tag it along with the rest of it. So, I don't know why I'm so worried. So, anyway, no grand plans for the rest of this week. Short of working. I have to work on the day that I go to the thrift store. It's irritating. I suppose I could go to the thrift store anyway, but yeah, I don't know. It's just so many people. By Thursday, thrift store is not fun. It's like wall-to-wall people in there. And that place isn't that big to start out with. But I do like going in and seeing all the stuff. It's fun. When there's stuff to be had, you know, like I said, it's kind of hit or miss. But that's okay. And like that day that my daughter and I went down to Salida and went to that one, I bet we'd been there 10 times and there had not been that much stuff, you know. But that day, there was tons of stuff. Yeah, I could have spent way more than I did, but I didn't. I'm a good kid. And they have such small little aisles that it's not like you can... There's some, not small aisles, but short distance wide, you know, of the aisles. It's just, you can't go through anything if you had to. So it's just kind of whatever I happen to see. And I'd like to get up to my daughter-in-law's place. She works for a lady that has a thrift store up in Leadville. I might be able to talk my daughter into going there. Sometimes they have bunches of stuff, and sometimes not so much. So I don't know how that's going. And my other granddaughter, who is sophomore, maybe. I think she's going to be a sophomore this year in high school. I think that's right. She works there, you know, during the summer. Because she's trying to get a car, so we'll see. And my other granddaughter, who is 18, she lives in Missouri, and she has a job out there, and her other grandmother lives there in Missouri. That's where my daughter-in-law came from, was Missouri. So her mom lives out there, and so does her sister. And so my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter, decided she wanted to go and stay with Grandma. So, and they had usually go in the summertime and spend 6-8 months, or spend 3 or 4 months during the summertime, 3 months, I guess. But when she graduated, she just went out there and got a job and went to work. And she was staying with Grandma, so. And she likes it out there, so there you go. So we'll see. I don't know if or when she'll come back, but she has a job out there and she likes her job, so there's a lot more prospects there than there is in Leadville. You know, for as far as year-round stuff. They never have had a lot of jobs. My son got a great job working for one of the, we call it a construction company, driving heavy equipment, and, you know, he can go drive a big truck someplace to deliver, let's call it rock, sand, gravel, that kind of crap, if he had to. So I guess that's a dump truck. But he can also run the front loaders and stuff like that. So he got that good job, and my daughter-in-law has always worked for this thrift store up there, and they've been open, God, for probably 10 years. Maybe more. I don't know, but they've been there ever since I got here. How's that? So, yay. Alright guys, well I think that's going to be it for today. My hand's getting tired. There we go. Well, we got some of it kind of going down through here, and there's some more in here. It's part of those trees. Alright, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm looking for the picture. There we go. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell, and that way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.